This episode of We Three Trolls is brought to you by straight white males. Get pussy, faggots.
We Three Trolls is shot live on location in the Brat Cave, A.K.A. the basement of the world-famous Comedy Store deep in the heart of the Sunset Strip. I am the Walrus Cuckoo Cachoo.
Who's here with me today?
I'm Wub Savell.
And I'm Lleshi.
Didn't want to grow up like my dad, but I did. You can't fight destiny.
You can, you just lose.
The last time that we had culture in the world was the 90s, and that was just recycled from the 70s.
Pretty much.
You
It's
ever
like
think about
fashion.
Every 20 years it flips over, and it's the same shit that we had 20 years ago.
I remember wearing bell bottoms in junior high, and that was like late 90s because they came back. I was like, fuck yeah. There was flower bell bottoms, and I had a flower velvet shirt I would wear with it.
It was great. You look like the singer for the Smashing Pumpkins or something.
Probably.
I feel like what they do is they design like a bunch of shit that looks like some other shit, but then there's like a time when they have to make the flip and then go back in that direction again. It's like, now we got pleats again.
Yeah, well, it's all about money. It's mostly for women because men's fashion pretty much stays the same. But with women, they change the shoe. It's like a thicker heel or a skinny heel, a pointed heel, a round. Now it's like a smorgasbord. Everything's in style now, especially if you're in LA because that's just hipster now. If you wear something different.
What's cool is that when Sharia law comes, we don't need to worry about these concerns. Everyone will look the same.
You know, they'll all be wearing sandals.
Everyone's going to be wearing a fucking towel over their face.
Can't wait.
I can't either. I don't know. I am really torn. I have to tell you. My
Lying naked
misogyny tells me that Sharia law will be great. It'll be easier to keep these bitches in line. Am I right, guys? But I do like some women. I don't want all of them to be enslaved by Sharia law. Just most of them that I wanted to fuck.
I would like it because if I had to wear one big thing over my body, I would just get really fat. Like I would.
Right.
I would just really enjoy myself and like not worry about working out. And
Is that
Never
why?
comb your hair
Is that why
again.
Muhammad did it? He was like, I have all these wives, and now like some of them are getting fat. I gotta just throw bags over.
He was
all of
fucking
them.
a bunch of butterfaces.
I'll
That's
remember
what
how
was
young
going
they
on.
were.
yeah.
Even the 9-year-olds he was fucking were a bunch of dogs. They gotta cover this shit up. I don't want anyone to see me walking around with this fucking turd.
Well, it'd be harder to be a butterface. Like if you have a good body and a bad face with that type of thing, because
There's no such thing as a
done.
butterface. As long as you have a nice body, I don't look at your face while I'm fucking you. I look at your fucking body.
Who's that? Dom Herrera? He's like, she can have the head of a goat.
So true. Absolutely. Even if the top half was horse
Sorry,
and the
Dom.
bottom was regular pussy, I'd still probably fuck it.
Yeah.
Still fuck it.
Most dudes.
You might try it. I don't know if I'd make it a thing. Do you have tattoos? Does anybody have tattoos?
No way.
I have one.
What's your tattoo?
It's an Albanian eagle on the back of my neck.
Oh yeah,
And-
I've seen that. I can see that. It kind of looks like it was designed by Hugo Boss.
Or Nazis.
Yeah, that's why we asked you to be on this podcast. We thought you were
Yeah.
part of the Reich.
I was born in Germany, but I'm not German. I have a lot of people that ask me if that's a German flag.
Mm-hmm.
It just made me think. I'm like, wow, I totally probably look like just a Nazi fuck, racist.
So what? I don't understand why this is a problem. Everybody's racist. You ever been in traffic? When no one else is looking and no one else is listening? I see a lot of people pantomiming the N-word loudly. Okay? Everyone is racist. You just don't want to be caught doing it. That's why I just do it in my own mind.
It's called being considerate
I
of
do
other
it
people's feelings.
I do it a lot in my own mind because you can't control what I think. So I just think evil fucking shit all day in protest to the brainwashing we get from the media.
I usually just save it for here, or
For the world to listen to.
And then we
This
edit
podcast
out
privately.
the. You don't know how many N-words are edited out of this every week. It's fucking scores.
Well, all right. So I have to tell you guys, I'm not eating at McDonald's anymore.
What happened?
Well, first of all, they have yet to implement Sharia law at my neighborhood McDonald's. Although it's coming, it's pretty much halal in my neighborhood. But I'm against McDonald's because on International Women's Day, which is laughable, every day is International Women's Day.
Thank you.
Look around and see anything that dudes enjoy being advertised on billboards and shit? No, it's all for women. We live in a little Barbie's dream house just for women.
Yeah, there's women advertised on billboards that men can look at constantly. Sex, 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 sells.
So McDonald's is virtue signaling, and they put well only in one location, but they did do it on social media too. I noticed. They flipped the M over for one day, so now it's a W.
I mean, can they save that money and just pay women more? Like, wouldn't that be all the money they spend to fucking flip a goddamn sign over?
Are there robots at the kiosk now? Kiosks.
There's a lot of
You got your minimum
real
wage.
robots.
You got your minimum wage raise. Now no one has jobs. They just fired him and replaced him with robots.
That's how they're gonna get around the gender quota. They're just like, well, they're all robots. No more gender quota.
Talk about
McDonald's.
non-binary. 00069 Well, anyway, so I'll never eat at fucking McDonald's. I'm eating at Burger King, okay? Because I'm a king, all right? And I'm not gonna let any woman tell me any different. I'm a king. There's no better way to make a woman not want to fuck you than to call her beautiful. Isn't that unoriginal, thoughtless?
I just say thank you. Keep the compliments coming.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then tip me too.
That's
Because now you gotta look at me.
about it in real life.
All right.
When people are actually trying to fuck you, and you're actually supposed to think about, do I want to fuck this guy? He called me beautiful.
You think they're not trying to fuck the bartender?
Well, no, but
come
she's
on.
gonna squeeze him for the tips. That's not
Yeah.
what I'm talking about. I'm talking about like.
I'm honest. I tell people I have a boyfriend. Even when I didn't have a boyfriend, I lied and said I had one.
I'm honest.
But they don't care. They're so annoying, especially once people start drinking. They just don't. They hear what they want to hear.
Oh, I seen it in action when we were last week. Maybe it was last week, I think. I was like chilling out by the bar. I don't remember because I got blotto when I was here last week, so I don't know what happened, to be honest with you.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
But when I was standing by the bar, this group of dudes were like trying to figure out how to say "voulez-vous coucher avec moi" to you.
Oh my god.
Oh, they're like four dudes plotting it out. It's like, okay, so it's voulez-vous coucher avec moi. Yeah. But I mean, in what world does that work? Who's gonna? It's gotta have worked on somebody.
It did work. I let them run a train on me after my
Oh,
shift.
okay.
Yeah, I did.
All four of them.
Yeah,
Hey,
totally.
yeah.
I was
Keep
like,
it up,
what were you
guys."
trying to say again, guys? That's okay. Close enough. Come on, who's first?
See, I feel bad for women because on the one hand, maybe you do have a lot of options, but you have that option paralysis, which is like, that's how I
what
feel.
we got right now?
Yeah, absolutely. I feel option paralysis constantly because all day I think about the fact that as I get older, I can't listen to all the music I used to listen to. I can't listen to all the stuff from the past. I can't listen to new stuff either because there's so much of it.
Yeah.
So finally, I just sit in a dark room and don't listen to anything. I just don't listen to any sound at all. I don't turn the TV on. I don't turn any music on. I'm just like, There was literally 4 dudes about to hit on you at one time on Sunday. Okay, that I can tell you definitively that's never happened in my entire life. That 4 women were collaborating on how they were going to fuck me. It just doesn't happen. Never is going to happen. It will never happen. I read stories about even like Brad Pitt got turned down the other day by some bitch that he was one of his coworkers he's trying to fuck. He's like, Brad Pitt's the best looking guy, or he used to be, on the whole planet, and he's a goddamn millionaire. He still gets rejected.
He's got 6 fucking kids.
Oh,
Talk about
I'm
baggage.
Sure, he never sees any of those kids except for a little. What's that? Maddox? That little fucker.
He didn't he win custody of the kids or something?
Who are you gonna get?
I don't
Who are you gonna
know.
get custody of the
I
kids
think
to?
that those are lies.
Which
I don't,
drug addict you can give it to? The one who looks like a vampire who subsides over like the smallest amount of blood available.
oh my gosh, it's so weird.
She's like a vampire with anorexia, an anorexic vampire. That Angelina Jolie.
I wish I was like that. I like eating too much. It's always on my mind.
Yeah, me too. I like food.
I like food,
Keeps me
man.
alive.
I like food. I like
Makes me
smoking weed.
fat and
I like
unfuckable.
drinking. Yeah, just
Do you? I don't know. I'm getting tired of alcohol and weed, to be honest with you. I think about this. I used to read a lot more books before I smoked weed. That's a fact. I used to read a lot.
I don't read any books anymore.
I sure as fuck don't do it now. I
I
don't
can't
have the
pay
patience
attention.
for it.
No, you know what it is? I think it's our phones. I think
It is our
our
phone.
attention span is so short now because we're constantly, every 2 seconds, I could look at a new article. I won't even read the full thing. I'll just kind of scan through it. And I'm like, what a lazy fuck I've become. Like, I can't. It doesn't, my interest is not.
They conditioned us
Yeah,
to be like this.
Netflix. Look at all the options you have. Like I'm just like looking through for like ever, and it pisses me off because I'm like, if I sit down in front of my TV, I want to start eating once I play whatever I'm playing. Like in my head, that's how I perfectly want the dinner to be started. Like can't find a fucking show for like an hour because there's so many options. These are all first world problems, you know. I can't find the show I want in time. But it's true, you know. It's like we're all their we're slaves. We're slaves of this technology a little bit. It's great, but also
A little bit, totally.
kind of sucks.
It's a digital leash, and it's
It's a
wrapped around
war.
our throats.
The machines have already started.
Yeah.
They fucking won already, and we're acting like we still got our hands over like
Right.
the fucking plug.
They have sex robots. What do you guys think about
God
those?
damn, I cannot wait till I get
I know,
myself
I
a
mean,
sex robot.
I-
I'll never leave the house anymore. Talking to anyone again? Fuck that.
I think I should get a Kickstarter for some
I'll
sex
pitch
robots.
in. I'll pitch in for you.
Don't fund me.
Dude, do you think that would work? You just put it up there as a joke, and then like fucking enough people are like, yeah, we'll do it.
If they want to
Put
watch
it
you
in
fuck
there.
that sex doll.
Oh, that's a nice contingency plan.
Well, there
I
might
don't
be a
think
lot
I-
of creeps out there.
Might be.
Just go to Japan. They like weird shit like that.
Yeah,
right?
you can probably get a sex
Don't they
robot
buy
out
like
of a vending machine
dirty
there.
socks and dirty underwear so they could smell them and shit?
Man, how about that?
Weirdo shit.
What is with that stuff? We can't even fathom how lonely and sad and pathetic some guys are. They live in a world so far beyond the pale. I know at some point in the future of my life, I will get to touch a woman and smell her and shit up close. It would never occur to me to spend an entire day's salary on someone's soiled socks or panties. That's beyond pathetic. I would much rather spend, I don't know, 50 cents on a razor blade and kill myself because I'm pathetic and worthless. But
Razor
that's
blades
how-
are 50 cents?
No, I don't know how much they are.
They've been ripping me
I'm out of the loop. I've been a millionaire for so long. I mean, I buy razor blades like they're nothing. They're nothing to me. They mean nothing to me.
They're a nickel.
Me and Will were talking to some guy at some point recently. He'd only had sex with like one girl a year for the last 5 years or something like that. And that's the dude that's slaying pussy. He's slaying pussy. He doesn't have no fucking comic book room where all his like Fraggle Rock, McDonald's collectible glasses are on display. You know what I mean? That's a regular guy. That's a guy that gets pussy. There's other guys there that are even lower on the fucking food chain. So far below where we are that we can't even see them. Those are the guys that are making videos of their thrift shop purchases this week. Check out my new YouTube channel and see what all the stuff I bought at the thrift store this week. This exists. These men are out there, and they are legion, okay? They're out there not getting pussy. These are the Elliot Rodgers of the world.
Dude, I could see that though, because with that dude, like I lived in Santa Barbara for 2 years, and I could see how some guy would just be looking around and being like, there are so many hot chicks here. I can't get one. I can't even get one of these chicks. And then just losing your mind entirely.
Yeah.
He wasn't even a bad-looking kid. He must have had no game. Must have been autistic or something.
He's obviously crazy.
Yeah, he must be a fucking
So
weirdo to
he's
talk
crazy.
to.
So
Like,
the girls are probably creeped out by him. They're like, stay away from that fucking psycho.
Yeah.
And, they're dead for it now.
I know that this is like getting back to the tattoo thing from earlier. Emma Watson having the tattoo Time's Up on her arm misspelled. I mean,
I give her a pass on this one, though.
She's given a speech at the UN. Like, come on.
People don't care about grammar the way they used to. It's not misspelled. It's just bad grammar. No apostrophe.
So I don't know. It's hard to take somebody seriously. You would think that if this thing is important to you, right? That's why you're tattooing it on. I don't know.
I mean, how about
throw
this?
it through a
How-
proofreader.
How about the fact that she just has that tattoo on while she works in an industry full of rapists? And wears it on the same stage as other rapists.
Is it a real tattoo or is it like a henna bullshit?
Oh, it's real.
It was a real deal, Holyfield.
I would have just added the apostrophe and then re-updated the
course.
picture online. Did you do that?
I don't know. I'm not gonna.
This is just a fad. You know, you don't go with fads. You
Not
get something
getting
that
raped is a
That's what I'm
fad.
saying.
no, time's up. It's a fucking hashtag.
Right.
Yeah, it is a hashtag.
It's become a
That is true.
hashtag. So I mean, I get behind it. I like what they're trying to do. I get it. Like, hey, it's women now and blah blah blah. I mean, the group of women own the Weinstein Company now. Blah blah blah.
Took 5 women to replace 1 man. Huh? That's all I got from that.
No wonder
Yeah,
they're
it's
getting
just-
paid less.
It's crazy. I mean, I guess I agree with it. Nobody should have to go to work and feel like they have to suck a guy's dick off. But a lot of that problem was us, too, being whores and just going along with it. Because these complaints have been made for over 50 years. Like the old Hollywood would talk about this constantly and they got shut down. And educate your daughters and whatnot to not be alone with a man and go to a hotel room as a business thing. Like, make it business. Don't go out there with your titties out. If you want him to look at your titties, he's a man. He's going to want to put his dick in between those tits. He's going to want to jizz on them. That's just how it is. I don't care. However
Do you not
way
know what tits are?
Yeah. A guy's going to look at it. He's going to be aroused by it. That's why
true.
there should be Sharia law and everybody should be covered up
Amen.
completely.
Amen.
And nobody's going to look at you. You know? Muhammad had it right, man.
I don't want anyone looking at my woman. That's my wife/daughter you're looking at there, mister.
Yeah, I'll fucking kill you.
Put tarp over it.
Yeah.
Put a tarp over it.
That's the gist of it. It's just like a tarp. Sort of like when someone parks their car out in their front yard and then just leaves it there. That's how they treat their women. That's the gist of it.
What were you saying about that?
An old broken down car.
That article, New York Daily News, about women, women being uncivil to each other
Oh yeah.
at the workplace.
Yeah, I was wondering about that with your job too. Actually, like, who do you think of gender and by race? Which do you feel are like the giving you the most shit at the bar? Do you know what I mean?
Giving me the most shit at the bar.
Yeah, like, because the story you were talking about is where women are meaner to other women at work.
Yeah. Yeah, especially when they're in a position of power, usually, which I don't see that here where I work now.
Yeah.
But in other places that I have worked, it was absolutely terrible when there was a woman manager or she became a manager from a lower position because she just treated everybody like shit, mostly the women. But a dude with that same position treated us way better. Why do
you think that? Why do you think?
Because I think women, I don't know, either they call it queen bee, what is it? I don't know the word, but anyway, I don't know. They're just assholes. Or maybe they think that's how they're supposed to act.
To appear
stronger or more powerful, I guess. I have no idea. I haven't experienced that here, but at the bar, what I do experience is the worst fucking customers. They all look like the same person. They all sound the same, and they all probably grew up in California or wherever the fuck they grew up. They were the hottest bitch in their town, and they come in and they're just fucking dicks. They don't want to wait for their drinks. They take their goddamn sweet time ordering. They order, even though the menu is literally behind me on the fucking wall. And I asked them what kind of vodka. Oh, I'll do this. They name every single vodka that I don't have available, and then they tip like shit. And I don't like. I mean, I see your bag. I know how much your bag costs. And
oh damn,
you know, I know how much those lip injections cost. I know how much that Botox costs. I know how much those extensions cost. And yeah, you're a cunt. I hate you. Get the fuck out of here. Yeah, the worst. White women, by far the worst ever.
Amen.
Ever.
That's my theory. That's
Coming from a white woman too. They're the fucking worst.
They never stop complaining.
Older
when
too.
Caitlyn,
in their 40s.
When they're not getting fucked and getting ogled as much as
and
they
they
used
want
to,
everybody
the
to look.
Worst.
I'm not talking about my mom when she was 40. I'm talking about these fucking psychos.
No, your mom was hot. These bitches
dude, I
are
see,
hose
I
beasts.
see him out here.
No, I mean my mom. This is what I mean by that. these women are also hot in their 40s, right? A lot of more work than my mom did, but they want to still be viewed as like they're younger, or they still want to be. They still want dudes to try to have sex with them. Basically, they want to be.
They want to be
sexually
pursued.
attractive. They want to be pursued, and it doesn't matter if they're married or not. It does not matter. It's so sad and pathetic, and I just it sets me off. I'm like, can't you just be a mom or a grandma or whatever the fuck you're doing, and like just shut it down and like leave people like it's okay that I like that you like to look nice and everything, and I think everybody should feel good about what they look like and all that, but it's so sad. I can't deal with those people. They want attention constantly. I mean, don't you guys see it every time you get heckled? Who's heckling you usually?
It's always a fucking woman, and it's a white woman.
Is it not? It's the same fucking person.
Always a fucking white woman.
It's always a problem.
They know that they can get away. Well, they know they can get away with it up to a certain point.
Yeah.
See, me and Webb talk about this stuff all the time, actually. The times where we have like a girlfriend. I mean, I don't know if Webb's dated as many crazy bitches as I have, but I dated a lot of them where if I had a girlfriend or a chick around, she'd get wasted and start shit at the bar. Actually, this girl I used to be drinking with called one of my friends the N-word, and I didn't hear about it till like the next day, and I was
Jesus.
like, whoa, okay, well, this is something.
What was he?
Yes.
Okay.
She was accurate in her description of him.
Not very nice thing to say, though.
She's a white bitch because
yeah.
she knew that, like, when shit hit the fan, I had to fight that guy, not her.
Yeah.
She can say and do what she wants. That's the way they think, anyway. But one day they get their comeuppance, and that's what I like to see.
Just pick the biggest dude at the bar and start a fight with him. Like, my boyfriend's gonna kick your ass.
Mm-hmm.
This is gonna happen.
I've been that boyfriend.
Dude, they are always. It's always a fucking drunk chick. Like just getting
put alcohol on a white
plastered.
girl.
Mm-hmm.
Then they try and suck your dick on stage.
That's
No,
happened too. I've been assaulted in so many different ways by women from my comedy.
What do you think it is? Do you think it's just because, I mean, in general, white women get away with more shit?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
They've had their way the whole time forever. You know, earlier when I was ranting about how the world is for women, I meant it's for white women.
Yeah.
It's for women that have money.
Dude, that's why
Yeah.
Caitlyn made the move. She's like, if I could be an older white woman, then I'd really
Get
nail
away
it.
with murder.
She did.
Literally
She
get away
did
with
get
murder.
Away with murder. Everyone was like, well, whatever. Let's give her a humanitarian award because she changed her. She may have changed her dick to a pussy. I don't think she did even.
Oh, Woman of the Year. I was so pissed. I wanted to take every copy and just start burning them.
Well, it
Start a
wasn't
riot.
driver of
This
the
is why
year.
Hitler happens, people. Pay attention. They are turning us into Hitler. If you had talked to me like 2 years ago about LGBT concerns, I'd be like, leave them alone. Now I'm like, fuck them. I'm so tired of hearing about them and their trivial concerns. How about this? How about you don't ever have to raise children? How about that? You get to have disposable income your entire fucking life. What are you complaining about? All you do is fuck and spend money on stupid shit. And yet I'm supposed to feel sorry for you.
It's not even really them complaining. It's white women
Complaining
talking for
on their
them,
behalf.
or people that are. It's just the news media trying to stir up
Full
some
of white
shit.
women.
It's trying
That's
to
the
stir
true
up shit.
conspiracy, dude. It's right, dude. All those white women
White
got
men
into power
fucking
at
suck
CNN.
too. Trust me, white men suck too, especially ones with money who came from money. Oof,
My
those are the
ears are
second
burning.
worst people. Second worst people to deal with. Oh, I was trying to show. Fuck.
Now think about white women like Lindsay Lohan, who were like the cream of the crop white women, and now they ain't shit. Think of what a monster she must be right now.
Lindsay Lohan.
Mm-hmm.
Leave Lindsay alone.
Who do you-
She's been through enough.
She has.
Didn't she go Muslim now?
I don't-
Did she move to Britain? I think you're just supposed to when you move there now.
No, I'm serious.
So do you guys want to hear this post I had from last year that lost me a bunch of friends?
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
remember that
We're about to
whole
lose
thing?
another one.
That whole thing with the bathrooms, like men and women bathroom, and it should be gender neutral and all that shit. Which I
forget?
personally don't care. Like I'm like, so what? I see a fucking guy that's
That's
dressed
because
up
you don't have a 2-year-old daughter or
with
something
makeup
like that.
and shit and high heels trying to go in the bathroom. Like, you tried hard enough to be a girl. Go ahead, get in there. Don't fucking piss on the seat. I don't care. But anyway, so I posted. So many people got mad at me. I think there was 700 comments on it. Anyway, yo, people were in there fighting so
Jesus.
hard, fighting on my
Holy
behalf.
shit.
Yeah. So anyway, this is what I put. I'm like, if you have a dick, then you are a man. You cut that dick off because you want to be a woman. Then you have mental problems, and I feel bad for you, son. I got 99 problems, but a pronoun ain't one. Also, I don't give a shit what bathroom you use, nor should anyone else. Why the fuck is this an issue? Are trans people getting kicked out for using the wrong bathroom? There are more important issues going on in this country other than bathroom symbols. This is why we can't have a nice president. Yeah, so that lost me a bunch of friends, and like some people went fucking crazy. Like, and then I would just go back and forth and ask him the question. I'm like, do you think if you chop your dick off, chopping your dick off's not crazy?
Yeah, right.
And I kept repeating that question. Anytime somebody would argue with me, I'm like, so chopping your dick off is not crazy. A perfectly fine penis, you chop it off. That's not crazy to you? In my mind, it's crazy.
Well, you say perfectly fine, but there's obviously something wrong with their penis that they don't want it on them anymore.
I mean,
that's what I think.
If they were born fucking not wanting that shit, I guess. I don't know.
I want to know how many people who get it taken off had like a huge hog. It's got to be
0.
Exactly.
0. I'd be like, well,
no one.
I was supposed to be a woman, but I'll just accept this 12-inch dick and be a dude. I'd be the biggest, best dude ever.
Well, what happens is after they cut it off, a lot of people end up committing suicide.
Yep,
There's like actual statistics about this, and the hormones that you're taking kind of fucks you up too.
It's
and
like 32% of
I
transgender
honestly
people
feel
kill
bad.
themselves.
I feel bad for them. I really do. I'm like, it's still fucking crazy. I'm not allowed to say it's not. It's crazy. It is to me.
Plus,
you know?
then if you did have that huge one and they did the operation so it's
Oh,
inside
man.
you, now you got like a 12-inch vag.
Yeah.
Like, oh, how horrific. Every dude who fucks you is just like,
like the
what
Panama Canal.
the fuck
Yeah,
is
it's been like
going
digging the
on?
Panama Canal.
Well, here's the thing. If you have a hole in your body,
It's
this
like
is another problem when you actually get the full-on surgery and you put a hole in your
How do
body.
you know about all this, by the way?
Because I had to argue all these people.
Let me see your neck. No.
Yeah.
So when they put a hole in your body, what happens is your natural vagina obviously cleans itself with like discharge, whatever. Just cleans itself naturally. A hole in your body. So just imagine a wound, okay? It's going to start stinking up and festering. Like you have to keep that shit
You're saying they got
Good
smelly
Lord.
pussies? I didn't think about that.
like disgusting.
Gross. Yeah,
Yes.
it just fills
maybe
up with
now
stuff.
maybe now it's better, but I mean just imagine like it's a fucking hole in your body that it doesn't clean itself. You have to they probably have to go in there and clean it themselves. I don't quite know how it works, to be honest, but it's fucking crazy. It's cray.
They are crazy. I have to
It
tell
does
you.
seem like a lot of rigmarole to just get that thing happening.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like I was supposed to be born in the body of a 6'5" dude with fucking hair. But you know what? It didn't happen, and there's no way to fix it. So I just accept who I am and try to develop an awesome personality. That failed too, but I could still find love somewhere, right?
You can. You'll get to it.
Yeah, no, I can't. I know too much about women now to ever love one of them again. I always think about stuff like this because, I come in here and tell all these evil stories of shit I did as if these girls would just immediately just call some Chad and had him come over and fuck them after I rejected them, like immediately. Like they ever thought about anything I did to them ever again.
Well, you just haven't met the right girl yet because you have a
Have yet to
shitty
meet my
fucking
match.
attitude.
To meet my match. It takes a very special lady to put up with someone like me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, right.
Very special.
I think you're fine. You just need somebody to punch you in your face, and you'll be fine.
Yeah, everyone needs to get punched in the face once or twice. I think it would fix a lot of society's problems.
Get checked a couple times
It is a humbling experience for somebody to to pummel you.
to get beat up. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
totally.
It's totally.
You think
humbling.
twice about. Oh, that's the problem with fucking these women coming to my bar, acting like fucking stupid bitches. They've never gotten beat up, and
They
I'm
have
like,
no consequences or action. Yeah, that's what I was trying to say earlier. Is
I
that
always wish I went to high school with them. I'm like, I would have fucked you up so hard, dude.
Grabbed by
I
the
would
hair.
have dragged you down the stairs by your fucking hair and beat your face in. I used to love whipping. I'm like, bitch, I wish you would. I used to love it when people talk shit to me. I'm like, good.
The newspaper the next day is just like, white woman beaten by Albanian immigrant.
Oh, they wouldn't know who I was. I would run.
yeah.
Or
Just
I'd
like-
tell them I'd kill their whole family if they told them, anybody. One of the two. Anyway, sorry guys.
Really brought the conversation
I mean,
to a
ass
terrifying
whippings
halt.
are good. Ass whippings are good for everybody.
People need to know they have consequences.
Yeah.
That's all.
It's I think there's the immediacy that of the lesson learning. You know what I mean? Like in most civil sort of atmospheres, when something goes wrong or you do something wrong, it plays out at a delayed time. But in the case where like you piss someone off and they just like attack you physically, like you immediately know. You're like, oh, that thing was maybe I should reconsider that.
In Sharia law, we can hit these women. Just saying.
Oh, I'd be dead. I'd be stoned to death already just for even talking to you guys.
Yeah,
or being in a room without my husband, my boyfriend. Ooh, having sex. Not married.
No one's gone with the Kim Jong-un outfit down on Hollywood Boulevard, like the Spider-Man and like,
why isn't there
no
a guy
one's
dressed
gone
up like
that route
Hitler out
Right?
there?
Yeah. Or even other, I don't know, Gandhi.
I got an idea. This is something we could do to make
Or
some
Samuel
cash.
L. Jackson.
I wanted to say, well, why? Me and Webb, we could make a little money. One of us will dress up as Hitler, and we'll have a dunking booth. For $1, you get a chance to dunk Hitler in some icy cold water. I think it would be. This is a chance to heal. Let's let the healing begin.
Yeah, why not dump a Nazi?
I'm into it.
There you go.
Why punch him? Why not dump him in icy cold water? What if McDonald's wasn't virtue signaling? What if that W stands for whites only? What if it's actually just secret code to us fellow white people?
Wow. Yeah.
Did you ever think about that?
Did you know people in high school that you thought could have been school shooters?
Yeah.
And
Right here.
and yeah.
Everyone thought I was going to be a school shooter for sure.
They all did. You think they did?
Without a shadow of a doubt. Because, like, I used to get bullied in 9th grade, and then they just stopped all of a sudden, and I was like, well, maybe something's changed about me that made them terrified all of a sudden.
You weren't taking any more shit.
Did they look at your art or something?
I mean, they didn't have to. All they had to do is just look at my face and my general demeanor to see that I was completely unhinged from 1992 until like 2015, maybe.
But you knew it wasn't you, right? Or I assume you felt I would never be a school shooter.
Oh, no, I knew. No, I had no access to guns, but I thought other people would be the school shooter.
Right.
Is that what you mean?
Yeah. What was that person like? I mean, did they just look like you too, or did,
No,
like,
he was
just
beyond the pale, loser, fuck up. I will bleep his name, but his name is. I should have bleeped Elizabeth Bailey's name too. I don't know why the fuck I let that one go out.
I don't even remember.
And then I was going through my Facebook friends, and I was like, oh, I fucked a girl named Elizabeth Bailey in 2011, but it's a totally different girl. And now I think she thinks I'm talking about her because she liked one of my things the other day all of a sudden, out of the blue.
Yeah. Because I imagine you hung out with freaks, right?
I didn't hang out with anybody. Get fucking real.
You didn't even have other freaks to hang out with?
No, I envied the nerds. I was like, what are these nerds complaining about? They have other nerds to play Dungeons and Dragons with. I had to go home and be alone and listen to fucking Dead Kennedys and stare out the window. No friends. I was like the only kid who listened to punk rock in my school. I was like the only kid that was like interested in anything that wasn't like whatever was popular, I guess.
But you thought that some other dude could definitely end
Oh, the
up as
other
one?
kid was way more fucked up than me. I was just could have been normal. You know what I mean? I could have like played ball and been liked. You know, people did try to make an effort with me. This other kid, no one liked him, but he was one of those kids that you understood why no one liked him because it was like he was just a dick on top of not being liked. So you were like, fuck this guy. Kevin should have came back with a gun if you want to know what I really think. He should have came back and got his revenge.
I know. I love it how all the people right now like complaining about the gun control. It's like, dude, you weren't in high school. You probably would have wanted to come back and take some of your fucking enemies out.
Absolutely. High school was a nightmare. Nightmare for everybody.
I don't even remember high school. I bits and pieces, but I feel like
I blocked so much of it out of my memory the second I fucking graduated. I was like, you don't exist anymore.
Yeah. It's also been a while, but like, yeah, I used to get fucked up a lot too, though. We used to party a lot in high school, but I was friends with pretty much everybody, and then Yeah, I didn't
Your
care.
brother sold weed. Of course you're friends with everybody. They love you.
That's true.
Yeah, but they were
That's
like,
the girl that hangs out with the guy who sells weed. She's cool.
yeah, but they were like geeks though. Nobody really like smoked that much weed in our town. It was mostly like a lot of my friends. We all smoked weed and stuff.
Would you pinch out of those bags? That you like, let's say your brother was like, "Hey, so and so, yeah."
I never had to. There was always weed around, plenty of weed around, and it was like way cheaper than
true.
it was shit weed. It was probably like garbage. Not the weed we get now. I never had to. We just always had a lot of weed lying
Maybe
around.
Rose was the school shooter of her school.
Shoulda, coulda, woulda.
I hated my peers, but I didn't really care about them. It's like they're not worth dying. I just wanted to be away from them.
Yeah,
forever.
I don't understand actually having that much passion about other people.
Of strangers?
Yeah.
Of strangers that just exist near you?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
kind of get along with everybody. I didn't really care. I was just like, okay, I'm just doing my thing. Can't wait to get the fuck out of here. That was like my only goal, really.
I did know a guy for sure who could have been one.
Yeah.
If he had put his mind to it. Like he would talk about shit like that. Just be
So
It
scary.
was totally crazy. It wasn't like he talked about it like all the time or something,
If he
It
talked
was
about
just
it
like-
at all, it
Yeah.
means it's on his mind.
No, I know. So, and there were blueprints and plans. Like, if they're exiting from this area, I post up over here and just pick off all of them. But he was fine. No, he did actually get transferred out of that school though. So it is
He got
possible.
transferred to Columbine, maybe?
No, he went to like live there.
His name was Dylan
Yeah,
Cool.
God damn it.
This kid needs
I
some
was
fresh
gonna- I was
mountain
gonna
air.
say, I
Let's
called
send him over
there. Good old DK. Whatever happened to him?
Dude, imagine
No,
being
but
so,
he
so
went-
weak-willed that you were inspired by Marilyn Manson to commit murder.
I know.
That's the gayest shit ever. I was listening to Marilyn Manson and maybe want to go on a killing spree. Well, me too, but I was thinking about going to the mall and killing other Marilyn Manson fans because they're stupid. I'm sorry. Well, keep going.
No.
Go off on a tear about Columbine. This podcast is just 10 minutes of ranting about Columbine and nothing else. Dylan Klebold had the right idea. Who's with me? Which
Yeah,
is
there's another good guy, that Ted Kaczynski. I mean,
he had a lot of good ideas. Actually, come to think of it, he was fucking right.
I know. I
He
was
knew
thinking
all about
about
that
that with all
stuff.
the tech stuff, the
What was he
fear of
saying?
technology,
He said technology would enslave us, basically, and he said that we shouldn't have technology
the
anymore.
Unabomber.
Yeah.
Oh, the crazy looking guy with the hair. Yeah, okay. I don't remember him saying that. It's been a while though.
You didn't read his manifestos? They were. They were.
You didn't read them
a
from cover to
page
cover?
turner, Yeah.
He had a bunch of manifestos.
He typed them all out because he would not use a
Yeah.
computer.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
I actually
I
never
just
read
like the
them.
word manifesto.
Yeah, me too, right?
That is cool. That'd be a cool tattoo. Manifesto.
Yeah.
Everybody, I want to reach to
know?
you from my manifesto for a minute. You pop into like some kind of like poetry coffee
thing-
shop thing and be like, I will read from my manifesto for a few minutes here.
Manifesto is a great word because it
And then
only
you
comments.
finish it off by blowing your fucking brains out.
Shh, don't give away the ending. It's supposed to be a surprise.
It only like comments on how big the analysis of this person's craziness is. Doesn't say anything about the validity of it. You could be like, I read so and so's manifesto, and you could be like, oh, well, that's kind of interesting, and then be like, yeah, but I also read Christopher Dorner's, and then you'd be like, oh, what?
You know what? I know it's only been about 8 years now, but Christopher Dorner is legit a hero now because he hated cops. He was just he was ahead of his time. If he had just done a cop killing like 2 years later, people would have like helped him and hidden him and shit. People hate cops now.
He was a cop.
Of course.
And he hated
Takes
the
one to know
cops
one.
most of all.
Yep.
It is a pretty delicious irony. you
Yeah.
know?
Yum.
I did read his suicide note. I've read a lot of suicide notes. It was very similar to a lot of other suicide notes, other than the length.
Yeah.
It was quite extensive.
Oh my
Most
gosh.
are not long like that. At least not that I ever
Is
read.
it kind of a downer, kind of bleak?
I don't know. It's interesting, but like it is kind of funny because like I read a bunch when I was working as like a proofreader for this translation company. One of our clients was the coroner's office, so I'm sure they had somebody to translate the Spanish. The only ones that came in were Korean. So I don't know why Koreans are offing themselves all the time, but
They escaped North Korea and then they came here and killed themselves?
Because they
Dumb
have
shits.
honor
Maybe,
and
maybe,
shame.
maybe. Yeah. but they were always had the same type. Like they were almost hacky, you know, because like after you read a few of them, they're like all start sounding the same. It's like watching comics that suck, you know. And the person being depressed, it doesn't like make them a fucking amazing writer all of a sudden. They're still saying the same mundane, boring shit, the same regrets that everybody has. Like, if you didn't leave anything, everyone would be fucking pissed, right? And then when you leave it, I bet the people that read that, who are like part of your family, they're all like, man, that's so crazy. Like, this is what he was thinking about, blah, blah, blah. But as a stranger, you're just like, it's really boring.
Yeah, more of the same.
Yeah.
Tell me something I don't know.
I fucking always click on these goddamn shits because I'm a slave.
Got
Gotta get your palette.
got you.
Pictures of people, photos of people right
that's
before
how
their
you know.
death. And there's
man.
like 39 different ones. There's this one where like picture of this one woman that was killed by a truck stopper right before it was in a barn, and she's like looks terrified. I looked through this shit for like 30 minutes. There's another one of
Even
this,
after you came?
yeah, totally.
Yeah.
That's how I Jill
I
off,
chilled
guys.
off for 30 minutes. That's what I heard.
This person taking a picture by a cliff right after,
Oh,
and then
I
they
love
fall
these.
off.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
A selfie.
Terrifying.
Oh, I was dying laughing.
Yeah, I can see that.
It's pretty good, but I don't know. You just made me think of
Darwinism.
that because
Yeah.
I don't know.
That sounds
I
like
just
a
have a
bored
dark sense of
panda.
humor, and obviously you do too, because you're like, this shit's boring, man.
Well, dude, it's just, like,
Fucking
hacky.
Step up your game.
It's like everybody feels that shit. Everybody.
suicide is dramatic.
It's like you killed
It's-
yourself and you felt like you let your family down. No shit.
Every suicide note should just say life sucks, and then everyone would be like, "Well, duh, I agree."
Why don't you talk to me about it?
What level of crazy we're getting to is the one that used the phrase mixed weight couples. 9 things you should never say. By the way, should? Fuck you.
Should never.
Don't tell me what I should and shouldn't say.
I
Such
remember
bullshit.
that.
You're saying it right off the beginning, like
How does
I
it
don't know,
feel like to
mixed
be with a
weight.
fat bitch?
Yeah.
I mean, who would say that to you anyway?
Yeah.
Besides my mom. My mom might actually tell somebody like, why are you with a fat person when you look like that? Not to their face. She would say it to, everybody else and made sure they heard about it. But
Well, these are the
it's
I don't
fucking
know,
retarded.
I just never thought that, like, by the way, a lot of these people are like cross-racial, I think.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like they're interracial as well.
So let me
Cross-racial.
guess: black
So, like-
guy, fat white woman. Is that what you're trying to say?
No, but I was gonna say that just it always makes me think. Anytime like you get people that are interracially dating, there's a highly likelihood that at least one of those people, if not both of them, has a fetish for that race. So I think when they do that, then they're just willing to ease the other boundaries of my, maybe she could be a
See,
little fatter.
There you go.
or,
That's
know,
why the
they could
4-year-old
be-
I fuck is fat. Can't get them skinny 4-year-olds.
I don't know, man.
You know, when you were talking there, all I could think about was it used to be that I was the thin one in the relationship, and the woman was fat. Now I'm fat, and the chicks I date are like vegan and like it's disgusting. And
I've
I
met
hate-
more fat vegans than skinny vegans, just to throw that out there.
Oh, that reminds me of a joke from my act. I guess I'll just tell it right now. Thanks.
Hey, fat vegans, how dare you?
There we go. Used to open with that, guys. No big deal. I'll just toss it into this podcast like it's nothing.
I think the reason why the person in this article wrote all these things down, you shouldn't say to mixed weight couples, is because they are very legitimate questions.
What were the questions?
You must have low self-esteem to be with someone bigger than you. That's not even a question. But, I mean, that is a comment. I mean, but...
Wow, just probe my soul. Why
But,
don't you?
but,
Random
but I'm,
stranger.
I'm saying that cuts to the bone, to the very, very
Yeah.
deeply embedded and fat bone that some of these people...
Like, why did they even write the article? This is really a fucking problem that they need to actually
they're
write a
dude.
goddamn...
Yeah.
What deadline did this bitch had to, like, what? They're like, we need an article from you. Okay, let's see here. Ooh, fat
This must
couple.
have been on Vice or something.
So stupid.
By how many pounds would you guess the author of this article overweight? Like how?
Oh, obese. It's obese.
I just
She must
think
date
she
skinny.
struggles-
She must eat skinny soy
She
boys.
probably struggles with her weight, but she's still on diet pills and good diet pills because she can't even help herself.
I think she can't help herself.
She got the stomach thing and then ate so much it broke.
It is a
That's what I
little.
think.
I don't know. I just feel like if you're. Why are people so fucking afraid of like somebody asking them a question and them having to come up with an answer for it? You know,
How
like
about
if
I love
any
that
of these,
person? How's
yeah,
that?
if any of these things really bother you, why don't you? Is it so hard to be like I feel like you don't need like an article that tells you like you know, things that you shouldn't do in public, and like one of them is like taking a shit. You're like, yeah, I got it. Like some things.
How about that India?
They don't have bathrooms there, and they're poor.
Yep. Dude, in India, you got to pay like a dime to go shit in a box. So
That's-
why wouldn't you just shit on the street for free? What the fuck, dude? Just being frugal. That's all that is.
Hilarious. That's a lot of places. When I went to Albania, I remember they had bathrooms like that. You had to pay to
In Europe,
Pay to-
it's like that. You have to
pay to fucking shit. Yeah, in Europe, yeah.
But you ever notice that they also don't have a bunch of homeless people swarming around at the fucking restaurants?
This is true.
I guarantee that picture of Brittany
Wong?
Wong, who's
Brittany
the
Wong.
author. There's a reason why that's not a full torso
Yeah.
picture.
Yeah. If loving you is Wong, I don't want to be right. Fuck you,
Jesus.
Wong.
Jesus.
All right, well.
All right.
Well, that's enough fat shaming for this week.
No, it's
We
never enough.
shoehorned At
It's
least,
never
at
enough.
least 10 minutes of anti-fat material into this episode. We filled our quota. We're done. I feel bad for all the fat people who listen to this because I know all of you are fat.
That's true. There's probably a lot.
You're fucking listening to this while you sit on the
You
couch.
should talk to my mom. She'll fucking make you feel even worse.
She'll make me feel fatter.
She tells me I need to lose weight all the time. She told me I need to lose 4 pounds. Then I lose like 10 pounds. And she's like, no, you're too skinny.
Yeah. ain't
Talk to
that-
my mom. She's
like a mom.
great. I love her.
Yo, before we take back the night from those take back the night bitches, I'd like to give a shout out to the guy who greenlit all day Egg McMuffins at McDonald's. I hope you got a huge promotion from that, buddy. You are a genius. I think that you deserve the fucking Peace Prize. You made my life worth living.
The preceding episode of We Three Trolls was not intended for Antifa bros and their blue-haired hoes, desperados, the LGBTQ Gestapo, people who deny the brilliance of The Sopranos, anyone who forgets the Alamo, puto pendejos hailing from Mexico, and fatties. No fat chicks.